Well, that's an interesting situation. Um, yeah, the Sankey Samaritan Children's Home after the raid was closed by the DSWD and would not be able to be reopened without a license from the DSWD. And from what we were told by the DSWD representative, even though Toto and Jake were not criminally convicted, DSWD would never allow either of them to have anything to do with the care of children or young people ever in the future. So from what we heard from a DSWD official, those two are banned. The children's home is closed. So stopping the abuse in that direct sense, we were able to do through our intervention. That's one thing that gives us a bit of satisfaction. Of course, there's great disappointment with the refusal to help with the problem from my former friend Tom. And then his mission, World Harvest Ministries, he is giving the impression to everyone that ministry is going on. The fact is that soon after when his return from detention and arrest, they began investigating how to close it down. And so in August, World Harvest Ministries, you can check the official records of the government records.
August 2014?
Yes, yes, 2014, because the arrest was January 2014. So within, I think it was released right in February or somewhere, end of January, February. Within a month or so, there was already the process in place to close it down. And in August, it was completed, and World Harvest Ministries ceased to exist as an organization. All of their funds were rolled over into Christ Community Chapel. Now, I don't know from once that happened, I don't know what the arrangement is. World Harvest Ministries had to give a public financial statement every year. Christ Community Chapel as a church does not need to. So basically the $2.1 million that in cash assets, Tom rolled over into Christ Community Chapel about 6-7 months after this incident. So for their arguments that they have nothing to hide and nothing ever happened, why did the mission cease to exist if nothing ever happened? Furthermore, why is Tom continuing to solicit donations in the name of World Harvest Ministries, although they have to be sent to the name of Christ Community Chapel for receipting? And why is Christ Community Chapel allowing a ministry that doesn't exist to be something that they say they're representing? It seems to me to be not quite appropriate to say we're receiving these funds to give to World Harvest Ministries. World Harvest Ministries doesn't exist. They are receiving these funds to give to one man who has no accountability, which is a big issue back to begin with the Sankey case. The board of Sankey Samaritan Mission, at the time of the reports we received of abuse, the board of the mission was Toto, the one accused of forcibly kissing the girls, his son, who was accused of sodomy and rape, his wife, who certainly is not going to testify against him, and 2 employees paid by him. This was the board of Sankey Samaritan at the time of the raid. And so there was no real accountability for its operations. Now you have Christ Community Chapel endorsing a similar arrangement, and that they are forwarding funds to one individual who no longer has a board, no longer has a company. Is CCC doing the accountability check on the one person? And on what basis can he receive funds that are tax deductible? So I think there's some questions that need to be asked on why, if World Harvest Ministry doesn't exist, is it being treated as though it does?